So we talk about robotics, we talk about drones, we talk about artificial intelligence,
Technology.
science, technology. So one name that usually pops up in Lucknow is Milind.
Thank you.
So, how did this passion become a profession? How did you take up this journey of, exploring technology in such a fruitful way in many fields?
Right. Well, it's a great honor to have you here. And I've been always a fan of your studio.
Thank you so much.
And it is like absolutely the best. And it is not just mine, but my entire family is a fan of your studio. So I would especially like to mention it here.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for the question. Well, the journey from beginning all the way to this date has been quite an interesting one. There were a number of challenges. I mean, you don't get things easily. When you need to do something out of the box, you need to have the courage to step in on the battlefield, where the main thing that you have to convince the people that this is something which has to be done. I mean, it's the stereotypes are there in masses.
True.
So that thing taught me a lot of things in life, and it all started when I was a child. And to be very true, it all started even before going to my school in Lamatnaya. I was very curious about things around me. Like, I used to wait for my birthday because I used to get some toys. I mean, a very common type of toys, like those people, like the vendors who used to sell balloons, years back. So they were like decent toys. So
I think those were in those times battery operated toys.
Battery operated toys were not the main fashion that time. It was just a manual toys, like a simple little fan that you put up in front of a cooler. You don't used to have ACs. So it started rotating. And then in a very typical Indian toy which we know as Chakarginni, if you remember.
Right, Chakarginni.
So there's a wooden stick and there's a wheel. There are two wheels actually, coaxial wheels, and then one spins clockwise, the other anti-clockwise. So I used to buy those things, and actually then I used to keep them like a treasure for myself. So I built a mini lab under the bed, because during those days in 90s there was probably in 1994 or maybe 5, when I was just hardly 4 or 5 years old, then they used to have takhat, not these fancy beds. So takhat used to have a lot of space.
वो इतनी ऊंची होती थी,
बहुत होते थे मैम. So
आराम से छुप सकते थे, सारी बदमाशियां करके.
So I used to store all my things under that bed, under the takhat. So that has been my companion all throughout. The takhat.
That was your home. The takhat was inside a home.
My first lab.
Oh wow!
So it all started from the takhat. Right. So we don't used to have air conditioners at the time. So there was a fan and cooler thing. So takhat used to get very hot because there's no air conditioning under that.
True.
So I used to keep on doing experiments and a lot of things. What do you expect from a 5 or 4 year old child? I mean, I could use a scissor very well. I could have just craft work very well done.
Paper cuttings and all.
So I used to do that. Gradually, as the time passed, I started learning more about things like toys that uses batteries to operate. So I remember, I used to go to a shop in Hazratganj. Some people in Lucknow are aware of this, B.N. Rama.
Right.
B.N. Rama was near Cheap House in Lucknow. So that was a shop. I used to go there with my mother, and I used to just play the toys and return them back. Because I was not aware of the fact that you can actually purchase them. Right? I used to think toy stores are the one where kids go, they play around, and then you have to return it back. So I used to spend 6 hours, 8 hours, and my mama used to say, will you just get out of this place now? I used to keep those small little toys and play. Okay, one day I came to know that you can purchase them also.
Right.
So I just, politely requested. I was very like,
Shy
शांत वाला
kid,
बच्चा.
हाँ. ज़्यादा जिद नहीं
So,
करना,
नहीं,
कुछ
नहीं.
डिमांड नहीं करना.
Nothing, zero demands. So my only demand was कि if somebody is throwing a toy, give it to me.
Give it to me. Okay.
And I don't like dispose it off. It's a treasure for me, might be a garbage for you. So करते करते मैम एक पूरा sack of broken toys हमारे पास आ गया था. And I was a little kid. So उसको drag करते करते मैम all the way wherever I used to go, I used to drag my bora. And inside that bora was all like broken stuff.
Your treasures, I
My
would say.
treasure. So I was actually the person who used to recycle toys, you can say, उस time पे. So वो बोरा हम साथ चलता था, and I have a tricycle, and I उसको पीछे बांध के I used to just like somehow I used to manage it, but I never used to leave that bora alone because
And
I
your
was.
parents would not, scold you for that कि
No, they were like very
junk
happy.
इकट्ठा करके रखा हुआ है.
हाँ वो होता था, कभी कभी होता था, but एक time पे they were convinced and they were very supportive altogether, and they were convinced कि like ठीक है, कुछ
She's happy in this.
happy in
let it
this,
be.
कोई ऐसी डिमांड ही नहीं है. Neither I used to watch movies. I have any friend circle sort of thing. कुछ नहीं था मैम, सब जो था अपने ही में था. So हम करते करते चीज आगे बनी. Then I came into electronic stuff. I kept on exploring. So when I was in class 2, that was my first, you can say, the most creative piece of technology I made. I was in class 2.
Class 2 Lamartine Boys College.
Yeah, Lamartine Boys. Ma'am Goel was my class teacher, class 2A. Ma'am Simlai was our headmistress. So what happened is like I made a sharpener that was automated, electronic one. So I arranged a motor from a warehouse. पहले if you remember, एक early morning एक market लगती थी लखनऊ में. So which was like discarded items जो होते थे वो बेचते थे.
Electronics and उस तरह की
Electronics,
चीजें.
and we used to have cassette players. ये तो memory cards and ये सब आपका fashion है, but you have to cassette player. If you are like anybody into 90s know cassettes.
We know. I mean, we
Everybody,
have bought those cassettes,
So
and that has been our
we've been
treasure.
fortunate enough to experience the real part of our life.
वो कैसे टूटती थी, उसको
and
जोड़ते
then वो
भी थे.
रील निकल जाती थी, then pencil लेके you have to,
Pencil से
yeah.
वो करते थे.
So it was very fun. So I took a motor of a cassette drive,
Right.
and then उसके बाद हमने उसको मैम किया, and then finally in a cardboard shape हमने एक ब्लू कलर का, पहले ग्लेस पेपर आते थे, बहुत स्टेशनरी में काम आते थे, VIP के, if you remember एक पैकेट आता था उसमें वो इंटरलीव पेपर भी आते थे. So उसे कवर करके एक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक शार्पनर बनाया, and I took it to my school. I have no friends, zero, कोई दोस्त नहीं था. So अपने ही desk थी, and Lamartine में that desk was also like very heavy, huge ones, like so they were more stronger than a metallic furniture. So वहाँ पे हमने चेस के रखा, प्लग किया, and there was a boom, पूरे स्कूल की इलेक्ट्रिसिटी गई.
So that was your first experimental explosion.
Yeah. So Ma'am Goel came to me and said, "What have you done? So you're putting like you're setting up the school on fire, you idiot." So I said, "Sorry, ma'am, because I was not aware of this, and I was a very shy kid, so I was just like hands at the back and looking down." ठीक है. And then ma'am पूरा स्कूल का लाइट खत्म. Then I was sent to headmistress ma'am. Then I say, "Okay, now give me your diary. Call your parents." Then I apologized. I said, "Sorry." But everybody was amazed. I mean, what is this actually? Like people, peons आ गए थे, आया मैम आ गई थी. So वो बाकी कैंटीन के हमारे जो भैया थे वो भी आ गए थे. And they were looking at ये है क्या? जो दगा, जो blast हुआ, ये है क्या? How can a sharpener is setting a school on fire? So but that was very interesting. So that was my first experiment in practical life, which I tried and tested. And why I tested in school? Because घर में the switchboards were at a certain height जहाँ पहुँच नहीं पाते.
पहले वो ऊपर से switchboards होते थे, अब तो नीचे से होता है.
अब तो ये मॉड्यूलर हो गए. But if you remember, वायरिंग भी बाहर होती थी. लकड़ी का एक फ्रेम होता था, उस पे वायर चलते थे. And black कलर के राउंड स्विचेस होते थे. And MCBs, Crompton, yes. और MCBs नहीं होते थे, वो ceramic के fuse होते थे. You just plug them out, full energy, put a wire all around the terminals and then plug them back. और एक मिनी दिवाली होती थी जब आप उसको प्लग करिए तो sparks की. So ये था मैम. So then करते then I learned a lot of things. And फिर वहाँ से एक discipline आया. Then class 3 में आए मैम. Then बढ़ता गया time.
So you kept experimenting,
Yes,
these kind of
yes,
things
every
all
time.
throughout your school life.
Then I participated in events. फिर एक quanta हुआ, उसमें I stood second. So actually I was first, but it is a rule कि अगर organizing nation first होता है तो you transfer the trophy.
Right.
So Singapore was first, I was second. Then बहुत चीजें develop होती गई. Then अपनी knowledge बढ़ाई मैं.
So while you kept experimenting in school, आप इस तरह से छोटे-छोटे experiments कर रहे थे. Did you ever take any classes, any formal education in robotics and drone?
Interesting question. But during those time, the AI and ML training certification was not there, ma'am.
Okay. I think it's recently it has become a trend.
It's just like a very recent scenario, you can say.
Yeah, with White Hat Junior and all of it coming, coding.
हाँ, so like वो उस level के तो खैर उस time में था ही नहीं. So now coding is something which is like हर बच्चा जानता है कि coding ये word कौन सा है. So कोई ऐसा training में नहीं था. Yes, एक general आपको अपनी knowledge खुद से polish करनी थी, and you have to push yourself because nobody else is going to do it for you. And time management is something जो हमने मैम बहुत ध्यान से रखा है. And to all youth, there are certain tips जो हम बताना चाहते हैं. Time management, money management जरूर करिएगा. Like income is in like two forms. एक होता है कि आप कितना कमा रहे हैं, दूसरा होता है savings. So unnecessary expenditure, हम लोग जो youth है especially, I keep a track and I teach them because I have I also teach students, kids. So even I train my kids ki be very strict with time management and money management. So
and you have been doing it right from your childhood days.
Time तो होता ही नहीं था ना, वो तो हमें तख्त के नीचे अपनी लैब देखनी होती थी, या तो मैम बस खाना खाने के लिए बाहर निकल जाते, back to my under the तख्त. So yeah.
So no wasting time with friends, movie.
Friends, even today I have just one friend.
Okay.
So that's Mr. Venkat.
You're lucky.
And, yeah. So you cannot keep everybody happy. So it's like just less people, quality people, and like-minded people, and share your knowledge. That is free. You don't have to spend a penny for knowledge.
Very true.
So
very true.
Yeah. अब मैं पकड़ लीजिए, कैसे पकड़ेगा?
Oh wow. The joys of science and technology. We have a drone flying all over us and capturing us.
This is a hand landing, which is kind of rare.
I was reading somewhere that how drones are now instrumental in planting trees.
It's everywhere.
In rescuing animals.
Yeah, animal rescue.
And in Corona times, right from sanitization, the hospitals to everything, drones have been quite instrumental in contributing to the society. So what has been, how have you been instrumental in doing all these things with your drones that you have made?
I have performed the world's most popular drone rescue operation in India. That was like world's most popular.
The dog rescue.
When I lifted a puppy right inside a drain, and the puppy was inside a drain, and it was a deep structure. So the puppy was sitting on a bog, daldal. So daldal में क्या होता है? You cannot put a ladder, and it was like 20 feet deep. So I sent a drone with a robotic arm and scooped the puppy out of the drain, and that was world's most popular drone, sir, which gave a message of positive technology. Like rather than killing people, हम लोगों ने मैम guns तो बना ली, but we didn't make anything जिससे life को फायर करके आप बचा लीजिए, फायर करके आप मार सकते हैं. पेड़ काटने का सब कुछ है, पेड़ उगाने का कुछ नहीं है.
Right.
So and when Corona came, the pandemic, then I was the second in the world to start with the drone sanitization.
Right.
So that was the time when I met my dog Jojo, another rescued dog.
Yeah, so, I mean, you were telling that he's handicapped.
Yeah, and, physically, like a differently abled, visually impaired, blind, and a deaf dog.
And that's all an example of human cruelty over animals.
Of course, but if there are bad people, there are good people
good
also.
People as well.
So it's a balance. Yeah.
So I think Jojo is lucky to have you in his life. You are his
quite a respectful
anchor.
Life is there. So death with dignity is a question.
True.
So that's what I'm trying to give my pet. And drones have been very important, be it saving lives in agriculture, in environment, in education, it's everywhere. Drones were used to be just only for photography, but now it is.
Yeah, initially it was like wedding photography करनी है,
किसी शादी में देखा था,
architecture cover करना है, so. But now it's like at a path-breaking mission.
Common sentence which people used to say, शादी वाला drone.
शादी वाला drone चाहिए, right?
एक उसका.
But अब I think अब पेड़ वाला drone भी है, animal rescue वाला भी,
कोरोना वाला drone भी चाहिए.
कोरोना वाला भी drone चाहिए.
Then dengue जब हुआ था, जो mosquito वाला dengue हुआ था, so इस बीमारी में भी हमने ड्रोन से जगह जगह जाके जो नैरो स्पेसेस होते हैं, जो पॉन्ड्स होते हैं, झील है आपकी यहीं पे कठौता झील, यहाँ के एजेस पे हमने वो मॉस्किटो के जो आपके स्प्रे होते हैं उनको हमने पानी में ड्रोन से किया था, सो दैट टू अवॉइड दिस डेंगू.
Interesting. So this is one drone that you invented, I think, when you were starting with the whole experimentation. Your childhood drone, I would say.
Grandpa drone.
Right, and this is what you've been developing, and like from defense. Right. Drone is now playing an instrumental role in army, security, defense, border controlling and everything. So what is the future like in terms of drone technology in the defense arena, and how crucial it is for countries to adopt it for making their borders secure and everything?
Well, drone technology is the core thing in defense now. Okay. Like I said, it is not just only in photography and videography.
Right.
Like the one which you're seeing here is an operational device, it's an operational machine. This is used to carry ammunitions, weapons from terrain to terrain.
Oh.
These machines are weatherproof. They can fly in high winds, and they have extremely high range. They can fly in BLOS. BLOS means beyond line of sight.
Okay.
When it is out of your sight. So they are automated.
It's not even visible to the naked eye, and it's...
You just program it, set it on a map. You need to learn some computing in this. Complicated computing, of course.
Okay.
And then you train the machine. It will do the task without any interference. It will decide its own speed, attitude. It has optical sensors, not just common optical sensors. It has LiDAR sensors, which are light imaging and detection. So, like कहते हैं जो पतंग का जो एक मंजा होता है string, ये उस level तक के obstacles को detect कर सकते हैं.
Okay.
So this is technology. This is like very interesting thing which we have made, and humans are rising. And defense में आगे wars जो होंगे ना, there will be machine versus machines.
I think we have already reached into that zone. एक तो bio warfare अलग चल रहा है, and as they say that now the next war will not be on the earth, it would be between the planets, or it would be in the space.
In the space, in the sky, and with the machines, like unke drones versus unke drones, unke robots versus unke robots, and how it will damage the losing nation. It will destroy their economy. Because these are expensive.
Yeah.
Robotics in defense is very expensive.
Very expensive. Right.
So, and they like. Somebody fires some machines, they're gone in seconds. And perhaps it's way more better than killing a soldier, killing a life, losing a life. So, we are now, we have already entered into a stage where it will be robot versus robot. Unke robot ne unko mara, unke robot ne unko mara. Like Israel mein jo hua tha, aapne dekha tha.
So, I mean, now, as you are saying that drones are going to do the battles and the whole warfare and security has changed, I've also seen that now countries are heavily investing into this technology. Defense corridor जो पहले होता था, now a lot of money is pumped into, getting all these in place, and as you say, it's very expensive. आज हमारा budget भी आया है,
right.
It's been declared. So, what is your take on that? As you say that, the amount of expenditure done on this can also ruin the nation, because if it's been destroyed by the enemy country, you're totally gone, and you have to spend another crores or millions of rupees to develop this whole technology. So what is how much should we do, how much should not be done, where is the balance in this?
So जैसा बजट की जो बात है, अभी जैसा हमारा इस बार का बजट आया, आज ही आया है.
Right.
So हमारे बजट में एक चीज जो हम बहुत ज्यादा अप्रिशिएट कर रहे हैं वो ये है कि अब देखिए ड्रोन एज अ सर्विस का एक अलग स्कीम, एक सेक्शन बनाया गया है. Yes, so ड्रोन एज अ सर्विस क्या होता है? ड्रोन एज अ सर्विस मीन्स इट्स अ वे, इट्स एन आइडिया टू प्रमोट ड्रोन एज अ मल्टीपल सर्विस फॉर डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स. So जो एक सपना था ना कि पिज्जा ड्रोन से आ रहा है, वो अब हर घर में होना चाहिए और इसी सबसे ही होगा. देखिए अब भारत में ड्रोन टेक्नोलॉजी को बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ावा दिया जा रहा है. सो इंडिया इज गोइंग टू बी अ कंट्री जहां पे एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक कहते हैं ना न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब की तरह अपॉर्चुनिटीज आएंगी.
Right.
So they will like thousands and lakhs.
But isn't
of
it
jobs.
contradicting where we say कि robots and drones are replacing human beings?
Well,
we are also saying that they are going to generate employment.
If we talk about the equation, ma'am, so it is, we always think robots as human versus robot.
Right.
जबकि ये नहीं है.
नहीं है.
Equation ये है human and plus robots versus problem. So human and robots together versus problem. अब प्रॉब्लम क्या है? एम्बुलेंस फंस जाती है रोड पे. सोल्यूशन क्या है? ड्रोन्स लगाइए, सेकंड से पहुंचेंगे जहां एम्बुलेंस घंटों लेती है. डिफेंस में सैनिक मारे जाते हैं. सोल्यूशन put in robotics technology, put in drones, aerial firing, weapon transmission और बहुत सारी चीजें.
हाँ, like पहले जैसे वो उठा के जा रहे होते थे, manual transmission of arms and ammunition होता था. अब it's the machine.
क्या होता था मैम? अभी भी क्या होता था? अब तो खैर drones technology आ गई है, thanks to this and thanks to the plans which have been now framed up in the budget itself. कि पहले क्या होता था कि लोग जो soldiers होते थे वो weapons को जैसा आपने बताया carry करके ले आते थे and रास्ते में terrorists used to shoot them and steal the weapons. अब क्या है कि मैम पे ट्रक्स जाती थी. ट्रक्स जब माउंटेन से नीचे उतरती थी तो उन पे अटैक होता था. अब क्या हो गया? ड्रोन्स आ गया. वन माउंटेन टू अदर माउंटेन easily in seconds. Non polluting machine. No pollution. You cannot detect it on radar. So it's very safe. So और अब ये है कि जैसे धीमे धीमे आप देखिएगा कि भारत में in next probably 5 years आपके डोर टू डोर, आप डोर टू डोर डिलीवरी तो नहीं बोलेंगे, रूफ टू रूफ डिलीवरी होगी.
So every roof will have kind of a not a helipad but a drone pad where you can land your drone.
helipad होता था, हर घर के ऊपर ड्रोन पैड होगा. करेक्ट. सो बस आप ऑर्डर करिए, सेकंड्स में आएगा. नाउ Amazon will say shipment time in 15 minutes. तो यार कोई है ना, तो ऐसा होगा.
I mean with Domino's delivering in 30 minutes or refunding your money, with drone it could be 15 minutes easily. Or maybe in days to come 5 minutes. And I think you're also working on the project the electric car which is going to be the
another important chapter जो इस बार फिर बजट में लगाया गया है, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स का. बिकॉज इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल जैसे आज के टाइम पे मैम, आई गारंटी यू विद इन नेक्स्ट 10 years कंबशन इंजन यानी कि पेट्रोल इंजन, डीजल इंजन बंद हो चुके होंगे. हम लोग आ गए इलेक्ट्रिक पे. दे आर बेटर, पावरफुल, मोर स्पीड, मोर एनर्जी एंड दे डू नॉट पॉल्यूट. आज के बजट में मैम क्या कहा गया कि हम लोग स्वैपेबल बैटरी लगाएंगे. स्वैपेबल बैटरी क्या होती है? इलेक्ट्रिक कार में मैम लोग क्यों एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते? उनको लगता है चार्ज कहाँ करेंगे,
कहाँ स्टेशन होगा.
अगर आपका एक मोबाइल है और हम कहें कि मोबाइल डायरेक्टली चार्ज नहीं लगा सकते हैं, पहले कवर खोलिए, फिर उसके बाद उसको कहीं बड़ा सा प्लग टॉप ढूंढिए, फिर वहां पे लगाइए, बड़ा सा चार्जर होगा. आप मैम मोबाइल रखना अवॉइड करेंगे. आई एम वेरी गुड इन लेटर एंड पोस्ट. ठीक है, इतने बड़े हैंडसेट आते थे मैम.
और पहले तो हम लोग कॉल भी नहीं करते थे बिकॉज़ कॉल करने के भी पैसे लगते थे.
इनकमिंग के पैसे
लगते थे, तो उठाते भी नहीं थे.
उससे पहले पेजर आता था. तो पेजर में मैम यू कैन नॉट, उसमें प्रिवेसी नाम की चीज ही नहीं होती थी. एक मीडिएटर होता था जिसको आपको सब बताना होता था, वो टाइप करते थे एंड देन so evolution. So but now swappable batteries in electric cars.
So you can charge it at home, you can
very
charge
small light batteries, charge it and then do it. Yeah.
So as they say, technology has two sides, or anything has two sides. You can use it in a productive way, you can use it in a destructive way. So of late the trends that we have seen, that drones are being used to attack, कहीं पे naval base पे हो रहा है या वैसे हो रहा है, अफगानिस्तान वाला इशू जो था. So a lot of things are happening. So what is it that you would say, how we can control these kind of things, or what all has happened? If you can give us an insight as to,
Like if you talk about India has also witnessed a drone attack.
Right.
That was a air-based.
But not a lot of people know about it, I think.
So वही होता है मैम कि एक अटैक हुआ तो उससे क्या होता है ना कि एक कंट्री में डिस्टर्बेंस आता ही आता है.
Right.
So and drone is not easy to locate कि इसका फ्लायर कौन, इसका पायलट कौन. Because वो हेवाई होता है, वो तो कहीं पे भी होता है, वो उधर कहीं पे भी होते हैं. अच्छा, इंडिया के बाहर चलेंगे, यूएई में जो हुआ था अटैक, जो पेट्रोलियम जो उनका पूरा सेटअप था, टैंक्स थे, वहां पे जो अटैक किया था, कितना मैसिव डैमेज आया था.
True.
अभी रिसेंटली फिर हुआ था. Then there was a president जिनके ऊपर अटैक हुआ था. So like चीजें बढ़ती जा रही.
So it's lethal. You can place a bomb in the drone, fly it there, किसी के भी base पे छोड़ दिया and you just blast it.
Absolutely lethal.
I mean it could be a way of bomb blast जो पहले होता था, मैनुअली किया जाता था. You can do it with drone now.
साइकोलॉजी ऐसी होती है कि जब मैम कोई हमसे से कोई मिलता है, पूछता है कि ये कितना, ऐसे कि ये सपोज 30 kg लिफ्ट कर लेता है, 20 kg, तो फर्स्ट थिंग जैसे ये तो बम भी गिरा सकता है. ऑटोमेटिक आ जाता है. इट इज नॉट अ थिंग कि ये सब में हम सब में होता है.
True.
राइट. सो डिस्ट्रक्शन एंड हंटिंग साइड इज इनबॉर्न.
True.
सो इस चीज को ना हम लोग बाय मॉरल, बाय पॉलिशिंग एंड द लाइफ साइकिल जो होता है उसमें जो लेयर आफ्टर लेयर एक्सपीरियंस होते हैं उससे ना माइंडसेट चेंज होता है. सो अब जैसे हमने जो डॉग रेस्क्यू बताया वो क्यों किया? सो दैट पीपल इंस्टेड ऑफ थिंकिंग ऑफ बॉम्ब गिराएं should think कि इसे तो जान बचाई जा सकती है.
जान बचाई सकती है.
राइट. सो ड्रोन अटैक जैसे अभी अपने आपके एयरबेस पे हुआ था भारत में. सो वो एक एग्जांपल था कि वी शुड बी नाउ प्रिपेयर्ड कि अब हमारे पास फ्लाइंग रोबोट्स आएंगे जो अटैक करेंगे. एंड इसका काउंटर क्या है? इसके काउंटर होते हैं मैम एंटी ड्रोन्स.
Okay.
अब एंटी ड्रोन क्या होता है? जैसे कि आप वर्ड से समझ रहे हैं कि एंटी ड्रोन, बट हाउ इट वर्क्स, देयर आर बेसिकली डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ एंटी ड्रोन. इनके कैटेगरीज होती है. फर्स्ट कैटेगरी इज कि आप एंटी ड्रोन विल सीज द फ्रीक्वेंसी. सो इट्स लाइक अ मोबाइल जैमर से होता है ड्रोन जैमर.
हाँ, so it will locate कि अगर ड्रोन आपके एरिया या सर्कमफ्रेंस में आ रहा है, it will locate that.
एक तो ये हो गया. दूसरा ये होता है कि आप एक जो इजराइल के पास है which is a very powerful, very advanced weapon, that is a laser base.
Okay.
तो इतनी पावरफुल लेजर बीम आती है उसमें से कि वो ड्रोन को एक तरह से तोड़ देता है.
Okay.
बट स्टिल नॉट अ सक्सेस. फेल हो गई. थर्ड होता है एक फिजिकल नेट फेंकना. जैसे कि फॉर इंस्टेंस ये एक ड्रोन है.
Right.
और या इनफैक्ट ये मान लीजिए ये ड्रोन है. ये आपका एंटी ड्रोन है. सो ये जब इसको लोकेट करेगा कि पीछे आएगा, इट विल थ्रो अ नेट इसके ऊपर
स्पाइडरमैन की तरह.
एग्जैक्टली. एंड देन इट राइट करेगा.
Okay.
ये भी मैम बहुत सक्सेसफुल नहीं है क्योंकि हर बार करेक्ट निशाना दिया.
True.
एंड इट इज जस्ट वन टाइम. या तो शॉट लगा या तो
गया. Okay.
लेजर वाला क्यों फेल हो गया? क्योंकि मैम इट इज वेरी टफ टू लोकेट अ ड्रोन जो 150 meters high.
Plus, if you have the controller, you can change the location easily.
And tracking a moving object is very tough.
Very difficult. True.
Then उसके बाद जो आया था आपका पहला वाला जैमर, वो भी एक लिमिट पे वर्क करता है.
True.
Nobody can jam 200 meters high की चीज.
So we should be prepared for drone warfare now, I
आप
think.
imagine करिए आप अपने घर पे हैं या हमारे ऑडियंस हैं सब like they should run their imagination. जैसे से बता रहे हैं कि आप अपने घर पे हैं, सडनली आपको लगा कि विंडो पे कोई है. डोर पे नहीं है, विंडो पे होगा सीधे.
Okay.
आपने जैसे ही कर्टन हटाया आपने देखा कि 15 छोटे-छोटे ड्रोन्स लाइन से खड़े हुए हैं, बिल्कुल फ्लाई कर रहे हैं. एंड दे ब्रोक द विंडो ग्लास घर के
अंदर आ गए.
अब उनमें क्वालिटी ये है कि अगर उन्होंने आपको टच कर दिया तो दे विल ब्लास्ट एंड ब्लास्ट लाइक रियल बैड.
As good as a bomb blast.
As good as a grenade. So what will you do? अब 15 grenades आपके रूम में उड़ रहे हैं and they're all AI based. They're recognizing humans का. Human आ गया बस को
टच करना है.
So where will you hide? Under a table? Yes, you might hide under a table कि ऊपर एक ड्रोन hover कर रहा है looking for you. But नहीं ढूंढ पाया तो उधर चला गया. So imagine इस तरह की चीजें रियलिटी में होंगी ही 100% होंगी. पर इसके लिए हमको अभी से काउंटर टेक्नोलॉजी रेडी करनी है.
Interesting.
As we are filming here, some you never know, a drone like this thing pops up and then it looks around and points at the cameraman and then because you know.
True.
So, अच्छा.
I think earlier जब हम लोग वैसे सोचते थे, I think serial आता था Small Wonders, so it was more like a fun thing कि आपके घर में रोबोट है, आप उससे घर का काम करा रहे हो, चीजें वो कर रहे हो. We have we have ahead of that phase now. It's into everything, right from construction to destruction.
एक बैटरी होती है ना, positive and negative.
True.
Constructive and destructive. So good and bad.
Right.
So इसका एक बैलेंस जरूरी है. अच्छा अगर बैड नहीं होना तब
Okay.
Because फिर हम लोग कभी प्रिपेयर ही
नहीं हो पाएंगे. True.
We were never prepared for COVID. सोचा ही नहीं था क्या हालत हुई पूरी दुनिया की.
Right.
अगर प्रिपेयर होते तो हम लोग पहले से चीजें टैकल करते. अब
prepared. Right. So as we discussed the destructive part of the drones, we've also seen that drones or the fixed wings have been very helpful in the agriculture. Can you give us an example of you have something to show us in that regards?
So when we talk about drones, so ma'am, like there is another category of drone which is known as FW or fixed
wings. Okay.
Fixed wing or something like this. This is a fixed wing.
Okay.
It's a lovely fixed wing aircraft. And they are made from different kind of materials.
Okay.
From all the way from carbon fiber to carbon.
Okay.
And the good thing about them is that they can fly up to 4 to 6 hours.
Oh, interesting.
The reason is they actually float in the air and they use thermal lift.
Okay.
So, and they have just one propeller, one motor to spin, whereas the other machines have 4, 6, 8, 12, maybe 15.
Okay.
Right. So this one has just single propeller and this thing floats in the air. But the disadvantage is that they cannot hover. Hover means एक जगह पे वो रुक नहीं सकते हैं. They keep on flying.
Acha. Okay. So.
Landing them is challenging. They're autonomous. Also, like they can take off on their own, land on their own. But if you want to manually land them, it's quite a challenge.
So how helpful they are in the agriculture
They
thing?
are the best for agriculture because in agriculture they are like the space, the area, the field. It's not
It's vast,
square fields.
Right.
It's like acres, like massive, 30,000 square feet, 40,000 square feet, or even more.
Right.
So to cover that wide, huge area, you need to go up high in sky and at a very high speed. So for mapping, for agriculture, अभी से एक भारत सरकार की योजना भी आई थी ना. So where we use drones to measure the land, जैसे गांव में चीजें होती हैं, so there are markings, जिसको हम लोग मेड़ बोलते हैं.
Right.
So to measure the boundaries, drone use किया गया था, and it was schemed by the government in 2020.
Okay.
So ये जो है ये fixed wing है, and they are powerful.
This works?
Yeah, it works. You can see how powerful they are. Make the market capture.
Interesting.
They can take a real good lift.
They can blow dry your hair
Yeah,
also.
you can do that.
Nice.
So, airplane hair dryer.
So I think
So this is used for agriculture.
agriculture. Very nice. Our Honorable Dr. Kalam has been very instrumental in paving the science and technology field in India.
Right.
He's been the torch bearer in terms of, motivating children, youth, giving India that dream and vision to be, equipped with the AI and all of things. And he has been your role model as well. You have met him several times, right from founding the, being the founder member of the Kalam Foundation. You have been doing several projects on his name. Share something, about his dream, his vision, and how you are taking it forward.
Right. So Dr. Kalam is and will be forever. He was, he will be forever my role model, and not just mine, everybody's role model, because I consider myself extremely fortunate that I got a chance to showcase him, and he launched my indigenous defense drone in Lucknow.
Oh wow. And it was in which year?
It was on December 23rd, 2014.
Okay.
And he was firing the questions which was not anticipated at all. And I was like, I feel myself lucky, and I thank my parents that he gave that because of them I got knowledge to answer and satisfy his level of expectation which Dr. Kalam had from me. And he was very impressed to see, and he actually launched the drone, and he was literally talking to the machine. He was so impressed that later in IIT Kanpur he mentioned about that day, and he said to me, now the missile man of India is asking the drone man of India.
So you are the drone man of
so
India.
He awarded me, and he said that you are the drone man of India, and I am very impressed with you, my boy. And he gave me a pat on my back, and it was from none other but His Excellency Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So that was like the turning point. Like he gave me the mission, the vision. He said, he guided me to how to, just make it commercial for the people, for, make it more useful.
User-friendly.
And all the ideas which he shared with me, I implemented them. And I'm trying my best to, make his soul proud. And I'm sure he's watching all of us, and he must be very impressed, because Dr. Kalam is not just a president, he was an author, he was missile man of India, he was a scientist, he was a favorite of every student,
especially
every
children.
So he was like, nobody is like Dr. Kalam. So I'm very fortunate to get a pat on my back by Dr. Kalam.
You have also been working with children.
Yeah.
You have a lot of programs
projects, yeah.
running for children, and right from Sunday classes to drone making. I believe with the electric car project that you're doing, you've involved children to do things. Share something about, you know.
Well, this is a very interesting thing, and this is a mission which actually taught to me by the president of CLAMP himself. Because, like, you know, when you talk to children, you, like, you know, get to learn so much of new things. I mean, we both exchange knowledge, and this is a platform under this roof. Children come to me, I teach them the real life best of science and robotics that is actually they should implement, and they have implemented in their real life, and they're doing wonders. See, life is not about being the top in the class, getting rank 1, getting grade A+. You cannot justify a child on the basis of just mere marks and degrees.
As they say, you know, if you are having 100% percentile, but you're mentally and emotionally not sound, if your IQ and EQ is not at that level, you won't be able to excel in life.
It's pointless. So there's a difference between knowledge and education. Everybody is educated. You read a book, you'll be educated. But, you know, adopting a knowledge which Swami Vivekananda says. So, you know, we should not like go out of the track from these valuable piece of knowledges, these values, the morals. And science is a chapter which always proves a reason behind every single action. So children here learned so much of good science, so much of robotics. They now, you know what, none of my children, my students, the students who come here, none of them buy toys. They stop buying toys.
They want to make their own toys.
They say, okay,
and I'm sure it's a little paradise for them when they enter your studio. They love the whole ambience.
They just love this lab.
Like these.
This was actually gifted to me
by a child. So he's given you a toy and he wants to make his own toy.
So now, ever since, he said all of them, the students are now making electric vehicles and for their family. I mean, in coming few weeks, I will be showcasing you, and you also, I invite you and I invite all of us to come and take a test drive and just have an interaction with this level of, you know, they're like out of the world. And one thing which I focus, life is not about like chapter 1 se leke chapter 10 tak. It is not about ratta. It is not about ratna or rattafication, what we say. It is about understanding the depth. Like, you know, one should not follow the herd of sheep. Ki wo bhi kar rahe hain, hum bhi karenge. Right. So what happened, like, you know, with a lot of education, like syllabus, the curriculum, like, you know, I study the mind of the child. So, like before admission, what I do, parents ask me कि इनको किस batch में रखना है, इनकी age तो है 8 साल या 10 साल. So I say it's not this. Let me have a talk with him. Let me have a talk with her, because you know there's an 8-year-old kid who is very compatible with 16-year-old kids. Because उसकी thinking ही ऐसी है. And trust me, everybody is born genius. They just need wings to fly. And I give
those wings to those children. Nice. So this is Jojo, whom I believe you rescued dog, and it's been quite an emotional journey for you.
It is. And this dog was rescued thanks to the drone technology. So I was doing the aerial sanitization process. On the screen, using thermal sensor, I detected some unusual body. So when I went there to take a close look, I saw this pet lying in the drain, a dry drain, and she was unconscious. So I thought she's dead. But then I saw movement. So I picked her up, I rescued her, and then later I realized somebody has beaten her black and blue to such an extent that she is now mentally challenged, and she's blind, deaf, and she's
afraid of human interaction now.
Absolutely afraid. You can see, like, you know, she just hides her tail. Her tail never wags. Never wags. She never licks anyone.
Jojo, they say it's it's opposite. As they say, na, कि dog का tail कभी सीधा नहीं हो सकता. But because of human cruelty, we have.
This is like extreme level of cruelty. And she's now like permanently damaged in certain aspects, such as अभी ये mentally challenged ही रहेंगे. और दूसरा मैम इनका she's blind, but हमने इनको constant 2 years से लगातार मैम इनकी होम्योपैथी मेडिसिन चल रही है। तो एक आंख में विजन थोड़ी थोड़ी
आ रही है वापस।
पहले ये हिट करते थे रैंडम, जैसे अभी यहाँ चले गए तो ट्राइपॉड गिरा देगी, टेबल पे हिट हो जाएगा। अब वो उतना बुरा नहीं है, बट वो सुनाई नहीं देता ज्यादा। सो इट विल टेक टाइम एंड शी इज वेरी स्केयर्ड ऑफ एवरीवन। अर्लियर इनको रोबोट खाना खिलाता था।
अच्छा।
बिकॉज ह्यूमंस को ये बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं करती, तो आई मेड अ रोबोट टू फीड हर।
उसको वो वाइब आ गया है कि ह्यूमंस आर गोइंग टू
इवन अभी देख रहे हैं, शी डजंट वांट टू स्टे हियर। एंड इसके
जबकि डॉग्स जनरली बहुत लविंग होते हैं, दे विल जस्ट स्टे।
शी नेवर वैग्स टेल, शी नेवर स्टिक्स हर टंग आउट, कभी नहीं। एंड इसकी शक्ल देख रहे कितना इनोसेंट डॉग है ये। बट इट्स बीन 2 years, so I am just giving her a life of dignity.
Right.
And
which is very commendable. I mean, you know.
For sake of humanity. And like ma'am, we human have so much of power to change anything in this world. So this, like,
and with the use of technology, you know, the sky is the limit, as they say.
And it happens, like when I go out, something or the other happen, ऐसा coincidence होगा that the homeless, needy, hungry, dying animals आमने सामने में हम पड़ी जाते हैं.
True.
So I even keep a lot of food for them every day.
So humanity and technology, you're balancing both in a very beautiful way.
Forget our values.
True.
So this is Jojo.
Hi Jojo.
And she is one of the most beautiful dogs with most beautiful eyes.
I know. So science, technology, humanity, pets, these are like your meditation, and you know,
of course.
You thrive on that. Other than these things, what is your passion? What is your hobby? What interests you apart from drones and, you know,
technology and robotics?
Yeah.
Well, I like to create and I love to create music.
Oh.
So as you can see behind us.
You play this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I can show you. So here is a drum set. So and this is an acoustic drum kit, which was of course a part of an award that I got.
You got this as an award? Beautiful.
And other than this, I also play keyboard, mouth organ, violin and guitar.
Wow, so the musician is
there. Yeah, so I also love filmmaking. So yeah, that's like.
So we hope to see you in some musical video or something.
I mean, of course. See, that's why I said FolkTales Studio is one of my favorite, because you know it's absolutely touches your soul. I mean, then from an artist's point of view, you look at every minute things.
True.
Right.
True.
So and I know how much effort it takes for a director, for a producer, for the entire team to produce a
clip, right? True.
So
can we have this?
Yeah, of course,
can we see you playing?
So this is an acoustic drum kit.
Right.
I also teach my students. So there's like infinity learning.
Okay.
Drums are a little loud.
That's fine.
So and they are one of the most important instruments in any band. Right,
so did you take formal classes for these, or you learned it on your own?
I learned it on my own.
Oh, okay.
And I teach my students as well. So it's like, let's play a desi rock beat.
Right.
Yeah, something desi.
Let's go for it. Wow. Amazing.
This is basic desi rock beat, you know, the most loved. It's a tune that everybody loves.
So you do shows and all?
I used to. I really want to do. We used to have band, and I was very fortunate. My band members are now in Mumbai, and so but this thing is like, you know, something, you know what music is.
I know. It heals you.
It heals you. It heals you.
You have to feel it, and it relaxes you. One of the best ways of meditation is music.
So this is it. Hope you loved it.
I'm in awe that, you know, you're doing so many things, right? From, you know, and to music and technology, very diverse, but integrated as well. Even music is part of technology now. A lot of things have become
now we have
automated, electric drum kits, electric guitars.
So, and the good point about electric drum kit is that you don't disturb your surroundings, neighbors.
True.
Right. True. So you just put on the headphone and just play.
Yes, and this you got as an award.
Yeah, of course. It has
I think for your achievements, you have been awarded several times, both at the national and the international platform. So good luck to you in all your future endeavors. I'm sure you're one of those who's using technology to develop the country, develop the nation,
Yes, ma'am.
solve all
On
the
a
social,
constructive
economic.
side, yeah.
I think one of the videos where I was seeing, probably 2018 or somewhere, wherein you were saying that drone, or there was some clipping saying that drone is announcing who's going to be the next prime minister
Yes,
or
yes,
something.
yes.
So with the UP,
That was a humanoid robot. Yes, 2019.
2019.
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
So now again elections are here.
Yeah.
Have you predicted who's
So
going
the
to be the
prediction
next?
was true. I mean, it was
So
not
Mr.
my
Modi
prediction,
became the Prime Minister.
And but my robot has decided not to indulge in any prediction anymore.
Okay, so we'll wait for the UP elections, and good luck to you
Yeah.
for all your future endeavors.
Good luck to you as well,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much for being on our
And
show.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you for coming here. Thank you.